I always love how it asks me if I'm ready for the recording that I started. I know I've already mentioned that before, but it still entertains me. All right, let's go around and do stand up. Since I see Sarah here, and I know that she often gets someone walks by her office right while she's about to go. Why don't we start with you, Sarah? Where are you at?
Yes. Okay, perfect. Because I was going to say in 15 minutes, somebody already snuck in a lunch meeting. So I am still in a little, I've been reaching out to Caroline. I'm still on the plane. I'm still just kind of waiting to do the plain language review. So that said, if there is anything that anyone needs help with while I wait that language review, Michelle, if you need anybody for user testing, just let me know. I've kind of been hanging. But yeah, I didn't want you all to think I forgot about you. I know that I've been out the last few weeks, but I just touched base with Caroline earlier this week. So, and I know she's doing a lot. So I don't want to be pushy at all because this is probably not the most urgent form. So I am ready whenever the group is. So certainly in no rush. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, cool. All right, then why don't we'll just go, let's go to Jamie then next.
Okay, well, I just moved, so there hasn't been much update. I was supposed to attend
nice new background,
the deep dive. Thank you. I have a bed and a Roomba. That's it. All the other furniture are back ordered because of the pandemic. So I got my necessities. So I couldn't attend.
Roomba's probably happier that you don't have any other furniture though.
You're gonna be so clean. Like Roomba's gonna be so unobstructed.
Yeah. It unfortunately can't get into my bathroom for some reason. It's like a little bit too high. But anyways, so I just showed up today to make sure like you guys know that I didn't do like a disappearance act. So I'll talk to Michelle about like the deep dive Monday summary, I guess.
All right, cool. And does this mean that you're now on our time zone?
Yes. So no more 9:30 California.
All right, cool. Well, then, since your name was mentioned, I think that's the way this works. Then you get to go next, Michelle.
Great. Yep, we had some conversations Monday about how to treat some of that information. There's still some open questions left, but got some good solid answers. May change a bit of our data structure. Mostly worked on style stuff, rested up, and some progress on testing, but pretty slow progress this week.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, Bryce.
Ooh. So I guess bad news first. I think it's pretty safe to say we're not in which we thought was definitely a long shot. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's Friday.
Shot, but it was when we were trying to be able to like say we're good for Tyler certification by now. Not quite the case. I did a decent amount of just like bug fixes that I've been finding and tried to work out the scheduling stuff. But mostly was starting to run it into a lot of weird like SOAP errors that I can't, like SOAP and XML stuff that I'm trying to figure out and sort of just fumbling. But hopefully it's just time that I need, as opposed, since mostly I don't quite know what to do. I need to actually slow down and figure out what is going wrong.
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Yeah, but overall we've made it a lot of progress. There's I think one API call that I think slipped through the cracks which is just filing service without making an actual filing, which from the data side is really simple. Because you pass in the exact same message that you do if you were filing, you just pass it to a different SOAP API. And so it's mostly, that's I think like 50% on the proxy server side, and then I just need to figure out the best way to link that in with the DocAssembly, and then all the APIs will be in. And I'll let Quentin sort of say what he's done, because he's done a ton of stuff with the admin interview, and it is looking great right now. But
yeah, I saw a commit come in at like 11 something last night, and I was like, of course, I only saw it because I was doing
Right, because we're
commits,
like
but then you should be
1:30,
doing
so
it.
we're not modeling healthy stuff here, though, guys. Yeah, I think the admin interview is coming along, and it's just helping me see how much work that you did, Bryce. But we were like, here's this thing we're going to do, but we're doing it at least 3 times. We're doing the proxy server, then we're doing the Python interface to the proxy server, and then we're doing an admin interview on top of it, which is essentially reproducing the full EFM that you would have. So it's a lot of code that we've been working, and then we're trying to integrate it all into a couple of different interviews. So my piece is not really that big, but I'm just making a interface where you can click buttons to access all of the things that are possible to do on the back end, and then making sure we have it on the Python side if it wasn't already there. I guess looking like most of those calls that are not in the filing interview, Bryce is working on the filing interview, and I think there's a lot there still that I don't have as much of a sense of. Like, I think that's making good progress too, but we're getting pretty close. I think I'll want something that's really be helpful is for more people to kick the tires on it and try it and see if it works from them, because I think every time one more person looks at it, we can catch more things that should be adjusted a little bit or aren't working in particular circumstance. So
I think if you can put
just
some
a-
general instructions out there about like what to do, where to go, what to do with it.
Yeah, I might mostly be ready for David if you have time, which is my first time asking him publicly on this call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, shoot me
It's
where
not-
to look and what to look for.
It's like basically being the administrator of the EFM is what the site is. It's not like what regular users would interact with, but maybe Bryce will have that interest for his interview for more.
You can
more-
share
Yeah,
in
it would
the
definitely still
core.
be useful. It's a bit different than like how normally we'd be testing interviews for like actual UX. And to be frank, we don't want it to be horrible and like aggressively bad UX, but like we don't care about a lot of the polished stuff that we would normally care in interviews, because
Yeah.
this is not ever going to be seen by a user. This is going to be seen
Yeah.
by whoever at
This is
Tyler is
certification.
certifying the system and is supposed to be like weird and open-ended and like probably too long and gives you too many options and stuff. But yeah, whenever that's done, which I think there's a chance that I'll at least have it like enough of it up to on Tuesday or next Tuesday to be like, who wants to look at this? Maybe that can be a Teaching Tuesday thing.
Yeah, and you can also shoot me stuff in the core channel, and we'll and I can get a look whenever you think it's ready.
I don't know.
And also, when you're doing that, include the a pointer to the new certification documents. I
I'll
think they're
just
just
share
in
it really
the
quickly
they're
so
in
you
the
can
folder,
see
right?
what
Yes,
it
they
is.
are.
I've been trying to do is, so like this like we built out this a little bit more so the login makes more sense. There's some assumptions we made early on that weren't quite right, and I'm just trying to line it up so that every step, like this corresponds to a test of something that Tyler is going to be testing us on. And then I wrote out what the tests were, and then there's the button to actually do the thing. So it's not like it's that fancy, but it's really just aligning it to the test and making sure we cover everything that they're going to do.
That's good.
So that's mostly what I've been working on, is looking at the test suite, making sure we have a button that does that, trying to put it in an order that's easy for the tester to find. And it's really different from what they expect, which is you have a full EFM where people log in and do regular person stuff, but ours is not that, because it doesn't make sense for us to build that for our purposes.
That's not what we were building. But yeah, we still have to build all the functionality. Exciting. And Bryce, I do want to just like acknowledge like the amazing like catch the car problem that we had here, which was, we like, oh, we'll take this big thing. Oh, we'll just take off a manageable chunk. And then we just decided, oh, we need to add a little bit more. We need to add a bit. And now we're doing the entire thing, whereas originally we were going to like, oh, we'll carve off a manageable part. So I really appreciate all it's very clear how much work this has been, and you hopefully our appreciation of that work is also clear.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, cool. Anything else, Quentin?
No, just what we were talking about earlier, but probably not recorded. So,
All right. And then just for to loop back around, I heard back from Louisiana, and we're just like waiting till October, because like they're like, let's wait till October, and I'm like, that's fine. I just wanted to know when I'm supposed to re-engage, because I didn't know when you guys were going to be ready for us. The context there for folks is we had an MOU that was supposed to end in September, but obviously IDA pushed everything, so we're going to re-engage with them.
So just to clarify, if we're pushing everything back to October, what
With the court.
was there any?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the court. Was there anything not with the court, just for review, that we needed to wrap up in
Not
this
for-
next week and a half?
If we could enter, I don't think actually we need to. I think we're actually probably good. I think the
Okay,
one thing that we wanted to
didn't
do with
like, put
Pew,
we didn't need to put the Louisiana forms
Yeah.
live, even if
We-
they're not e-filing.
no, we don't need it. I think having them on the test server is sufficient. And right now we only have one of them attached to the EFM. So I only shared that one. And I think that's appropriate. So I think we've ticked the boxes we need to there. The things that we still have outstanding for Pew is maybe we wanted to clean up the reports thing a little. So that's something we could. And I think we're at the stage now where like, you're so close to having let's try to push this over. But then I think what the thing we're gonna have to go back and touch is the data reports. And then I'll be in touch about the narrative report about standards and stuff. All right.
I was gonna say, we could probably talk later about like how exactly we want to clean up that, because
Yeah, I think maybe we just want to, like, Quentin had some ideas of maybe just some better standing reports or slices of the data. I think was maybe one way to think about it. I don't really think it needs to be much, but I think there could be some, if there's some low hanging fruit that we can just add a new slice or something, that might be worth it. All right. Okie dokie then. All right, anything else in stand-up, Laura? Look at how efficient we are. All right, well, I'll go ahead